Hi everyone, Ado here. Social care management team at Cross Care, part of the Social Care Workers Board at Carew, and a member of the Consultative Forum for former residents of mother and baby homes and such institutions. What I want to talk to you about today is something that just came up actually recently. In light of some students finishing placement with us, we have a program whereby when students are on placement with us, we we do a thing at the end where we ask the supervisors in whatever service they're in to do a matrix and score them on all the areas that we would deem relevant. And if they score well and if the supervisors report back to us that they've done well in their placement, well, then we offer them an interview with myself and one other person, and we bring them straight onto our relief panel. And I know for a lot of social care students, interviews and interview techniques are kind of alien to them. It's not something that's really addressed in college, and unless they've already worked in the field, certainly if they've come straight to college from Leaving Cert, they probably haven't done many interviews, or probably certainly haven't done many interviews for social care type work. So I just wanted to address that because, I mean, I've done lots and lots and lots of interviews in my career. I've also interviewed at this stage probably hundreds of people, and there's a lot of commonalities in the interviews, no matter where you're working, whether you're working in homeless services, mental health services, addiction services, youth services, disability service. There's an awful lot of commonalities. And what most interviewers in the social care sector are looking at is the competencies, the everyday skills that we use in the interview process. And this trips up everyone. I've seen social care workers who've 20 years experience under their belt failing badly at interviews. A lot of times down to nerves, but a lot of times down to just not really understanding what we're looking for. And it's quite straightforward. When you're being interviewed, whether you're being asked a question about communication, about teamwork, about challenging behaviour, about confidentiality, about boundaries, whatever area you're being asked a question on, all the interviewer is looking for is for you to be able to explain how you have seen or have done or have experienced that on the floor, backed up with a little bit of your education and your knowledge. You are in an interview to sell yourself. That's actually what it is. It's the shop window for you to sell yourself. And one of the first questions that we ask is, in relation to the role that you're interviewing for, can you tell us what's relevant within your CV and your experience so far? That's one of the first questions. And that's a real open-ended question. And that gives you an opportunity to, if you're coming into homeless services, say, and you've worked in children's services, you might think to yourself, well, there's very little commonalities there. But in fact, there's a huge amount of commonalities there. There's, probably a lot of very difficult behaviours in children's services. That's a very complementary skill that you need in homeless services. The whole housing support and family issues, they're complementary skills. So all we're looking for in interviews, and all you need to do as young students, is think about the question when it's asked and look for that little piece of experience that you've had in your placement, so you can show that you recognise what challenging behaviour is, that you recognise what teamwork is, that you recognise what good communication skills are, that you recognise what boundaries are, that you recognise what confidentiality is, whatever it is they're asking you, that you recognise what it is. And if then you're able, while you're caught as the rabbit in the headlights, weave in some of the theories or some of the learned knowledge, well, then do that as well. Talk to you on next week. See you. Bye.